Hey everyone, I'm Sue Daley and today I want to show you this fabulous advent calendar. So with this particular calendar, the neat thing about it is it has these little pockets in it and you can put all your little gifts in it. So tiny wee gifts, you can put sweets in it, and I've just got these little ushies in here just so you can see it. It has some little wooden cutouts which are optional for the numbers. In the pattern you can either embroider it or you can get the little wooden numbers. And also these little wooden baubles and the star at the top. So that's an optional extra. You can, however, put whatever you want in here and you can embroider that if you want to. I'm just going to go through though how to construct the actual hexagons, because they're Quilt As You Go. They're really easy, and once you know how to do these you can make a mountain of things. They're really a versatile shape. So you're going to need some fabric. With mine, I've chosen some fairly basic type fabrics because some people love the real Christmas thing, but some people don't like that so much. So I've kept mine pretty neutral really. So I've used a basic, which is a Riley Blake circle dot for the hexagon that wraps around to the front. I've used a Riley Blake linen in here, and then I've just chosen a checked type fabric here, but you could put a real pretty Christmas print in there. You could put a novelty Christmas. You could do whatever you want. You could add some more green in there if you want to. Really, the options are endless. So I'm going to show you what I do to create this. So I am going to start off with just working with the hexagons. So the hexagons they're Quilt As You Go. They're basically, to make this particular hexagon, you just need two, a small one and a large one, and then we're going to cut these shapes out. So I'm going to just use the large one and cut out the background. So cut the backing out, the backing that's going to wrap around the front. So I've actually folded this so I can cut through about 6 layers at a time here. So I'm going to be quite strategic and frugal, which is not really. And I'm just going to use my rotating mat. Which is great for when you're doing template, cutting out templates. I just need to move that a little bit. And last cut. So there you have it. We have 6 all cut. Lucky I've got a bin down there. Okay, there you have it. This is the back. Whoops, just missed that little bit. It's from being frugal. So that's the back. You're going to need to cut a back and a wadding or a batting. I've used quite a dense wadding or batting, just simply so it sits flat on the wall. If you use something too soft, it tends to hang a little bit, droop a little bit. You could even use like soft and stable or something that's got a bit of body in it. You're going to need a piece for the pocket. And you're going to need, which I haven't cut, is a piece of linen, which is this piece here. And it's going to be the same size as this. So we're going to layer this up and I'm going to show you how to put that together real quick. Okay, so I've managed to get myself a piece of linen. So what we're going to do is we're going to layer this up. I'll just move the board over. And if you want to, you don't have to, but I like to use a little bit of spray base. So there's different brands you can use. There's a Helmars, I think it's 505, there's Sullivan's, there's lots of different ones. And this is just going to adhere everything together so that we can turn the edges over. So what I usually start with is I just spray a little bit onto my batting, and I spray it on the back and the front, just enough so it will adhere to that. I'll just get this on the right way. And I'm going to centre that, the batting, right in the middle of the big hexagon. Then I'm going to take my little linen hexagon and I'm going to place that right on top of the batting, like that. And I'm just going to press that. And I just want to turn it over, give it a press on the back. And all of that should just stay together while we put the whole thing together. Now this one I'm going to make this little base, this pocket here, so I'm making the base of the tree. You can tell the base because the pockets are brown. So I'm going to do this. So to form your pocket, all you're going to do is take one of your hexagons and fold it in half. Give it a press, which makes your pocket, and then that's going to sit right there on top of that hexagon. Now, you can do all sorts of things here. You can pin it if you want to. You can use your quilt clips. I like to use a little bit of applique glue because then it all just stays together. I haven't got to worry about pins and things. So I'm going to just take a little applique glue and put it right on the very edge. Just on the very, very edge of, and only halfway up the sides to where the pocket sits, and that's going to hold that pocket in place. And I'm just going to press it just to make sure it sticks straight away. It will stick on its own, but if you iron it, it just sticks immediately. Okay, so what we're going to do now is form the hexagon. So we're going to take your edge and we're going to roll it over once and press it. So I'm going to fold it round about 1/4 inch, or just so that it comes in short of the edge of this hexagon here. Then I'm going to take my applique glue and I'm going to start about halfway up. I'm going to start and glue here because I want to leave this little section open here, because I'll show you that when I get around to the other side. So I'm just going to put a tiny bit of glue on the very edge just to hold this over. Now I'm going to fold that again and I'm going to press that down. Now we're going to fold the next one over. So this is the first fold. Now you don't have to worry about all your corners because they just miter up beautifully on their own. Put our little bit of glue, just a couple of spots along the edge, right on the edge. You don't want it to be in here so it sits on the edge there, because you don't want it to be interfere with your sewing when we go to sew this down. And then just press it. It really is just fold and press, fold and press, fold and press. So I'm just going to fold this one in. A little bit of glue. So it's really quite an easy concept, and you can make a whole bunch of these and then just stack them up, and when you're ready to sit down and sew, you've got a big pile there waiting for you. You don't have to keep getting up and down and prepping. I like to prep all these at once. And the glue. This is our fourth side, fold it over. And as you can see, these little corners just miter up beautifully there. You don't have to do anything special. Fold again. Tiny bit of glue. Now some people might not want to use the glue, and that's okay. You can fold it and you can hold it with your little quilt clips, but I just find this is much easier, particularly when you're sewing. You don't have to remove any of the clips. Now we're back round here to this last side. Now when I said I started gluing here, the reason is because I want to fold this so that when we fold the last side over, our miters are all going in the same direction. So I'm just going to open that up a little bit, fold it out, press it, get my glue, fold it in, and then I can tuck that corner in, and then all of my little mitered corners all fall the same way. If they don't meet up exactly, those mitered corners, when we stitch them, we can pull them in so that they are perfect. So there you have our little hexagon, your Quilt As You Go hexagon. So all you need to do is make 24 of these and sew them together in that arrangement. These ones are empty, so you can hang your little trinkets there. You can hang anything in there. You might have some special decorations with your children's names on, or something that you really want to showcase in here, so you can do whatever you want there. And we've got the little star at the top of the tree. You can put an angel up there if you want to. But that's the extent of it. Now, if you were So this is if you're going to actually sew these little wooden numbers on. If you were going to embroider it, which is the embroidery design is in the pattern, you would embroider these little linen pieces first before you put it all together. So, and that would step you through that in the pattern. All I'm going to do now is take a needle and thread. So I'm just working with a cotton thread. This is a wonderful Elfina, and I'm going to just stitch this down. So it's really just like an applique stitch, and basically, or a slip stitch, just like you would do if you were hemming a dress or a skirt or something like that. So it's really just like that. Just so that, and I try and make my stitches fairly invisible. And I work about, you know, I'm doing them about probably a little bit more than 1/4 of an inch apart, but you can do them closer if you want to. I just usually am a maniac trying to get everything finished. So you would just stitch it down along the edge there. So it's all gonna, if you want to use it as a travel project, you can carry it around with you and it's not going to go anywhere because we've glued the edges down, and you know, they look awesome. But it's really a nice thing to have in the family, you know, to put this up each year and to put the little gifts in it, or sweets or something like that. Particularly if you've got a few children or people in your family, you want to put a number of things in there. They need to be, you know, be able to fit something. So sweets are a really good idea. Quilt As You Go hexagons are such a versatile shape, and you can do anything. You can put normal wadding or batting in there and you can make a quilt. You can embroider on it, you can applique on it. The hexagons, these are the 3 and the 4 inch that I'm using here, but they do come in 5, 6 and 7 inch, which a set of 5 will make you 4 different size Quilt As You Go hexagons. So they're an awesome thing to have. As I said, they're really versatile. You can make all sorts of things out of them. So I hope you've enjoyed that little tutorial, and I'll be back to see you next time.